Hi, this is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stand. Today, I am actually going to show you how to refill the dye-based marker, how to refill low cooking magic markers. We launched those markers probably 7 years ago, and we sold probably over 50,000 boxes of those markers. Those markers are very good quality and heavy duty. You can actually abuse them and they work better and better. And then you probably don't know those markers you can refill with water. Yes, that's right. It's water, not with a re-inker. You can refill up to 2-3 times and the color don't even change it. But just one thing you got to remember, only refill when it's necessary. If it's not dry, don't even try to refill because why? So those markers, I have been using those markers for demo, for making tables. They are heavily abused. So I can guarantee you those are perfect marker for your stamping. And then remember, they are the dye-based marker. If you want to refill, you make sure what kind of marker and what kind of ink re-inker you use. So this is a dye-based markers. Dye-based, you can use the re-inker. Well, we don't have a re-inker because we don't need it. The water will do the job. And if you want to, so you don't try to put diesel in the gasoline car, right? So you just make sure you got to use the right re-inker. But so today's I'm only focused on Low Cooking's marker because I don't know other people's markers. You can give it a try, and probably they don't want you to see this tutorial because they want you to go buy their marker. But for Low Cooking's customers, I would like to show you how to refill your markers, so that way one box marker at least you can use for a few years. I have a customer, they bought my first version of this marker set. The case is actually yellow and they are still working like a brand new. It's hard to believe that, but that's true. So let me show you how to refill those markers. It's pretty easy, and that's started. So I have a customer send me an email asking me, Lisa, could you please teach me how to refill the markers? I said, sure, no problem. I wasn't thinking about to create a tutorial because I thought that's unnecessary, but it has been a few years, and probably few of your marker maybe after heavily used is a little bit dry. So this tutorial is to show you how to refill. And I was looking for my marker. Can you believe it? I can't find the one dry marker. I was looking for, try out the marker, and then I can't find one is dry. So actually, I kind of sacrificed one of my marker to make it dry. So first, I start to leave my marker, the cap off overnight. And it doesn't work. It's still like a brand new. So if you have a kids, grandkids, they use your marker, they accidentally forgot to click the cap back, and it don't, you know what, don't punish them. They, well, you got to punish them because they have to take care of their tool. But, you know, don't give them a hard time. Just, you know, just follow the instruction. You can refill your markers. It's not going to show any different. So I kind of wasting one of my green markers to show you it's very easy to do, and I want to show you how good those markers are, the quality. Okay, so this is the blue one. They both, I leave them overnight, and then they are still so moisture. It's like nothing happened, and they have been off the cap for over probably 20 hours. If you don't believe me, you can give a try, okay? And then this one, I did the same thing. I left over 20 hours. It's still very moisture. So what I did is I removed the cap in the back, and then I kind of, you know, still, you know, I did a lot of, you know, abuse. Okay, and then that's almost, you know, it's still very moisture. Okay, so that's almost dry, right? Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to re-inker and how to open it. So that's almost dry. Okay, see, I'm sacrificing one of my markers to do this tutorial. So you're going to have some containers and then just water, nothing fancy. Then this is how, and the customer is so cute, asked me how to, you know, remove the cap in the back. It was so worried they damaged the back of the cap of the markers, and she asked me how to open it. And I was when I started my business, I was once a while, you know, at the show, my marker is dry, and I always show the customer at the show floor how to refill the markers. So I usually use my teeth. I just use my teeth to, try to remove the back of that. Until one time, one customer, one elderly lady say, "Oh, that's going to cost you some money. Don't use your teeth." And I said, "Yeah, right. The dental is so expensive. I shouldn't use my teeth." So do not use your teeth. I was joking. I was telling her that you can use your teeth. The best tools in this handy is always there. But I was joking. Okay, don't use your teeth. And it don't suit me if you use your teeth and you damage your teeth. I was just joking. Don't use your teeth. You are going to just use a plier, and it's very easy. I'll show you first. What's it look like? This is what it look like. It's probably just a 1/4 inch dip. So, and then there's just a ring right here. So it's very easy. You just use a plier, okay? And then kind of just holding it and kind of just twist a little bit, okay? Just like that. So you probably leave a little bit bite mark, but that's okay, So if that really bothers you, you can use a side. So that's what it look like. You can use a knife or scissors or anything except your teeth. So it's very easy. And inside they have this kind of tube. Okay, and then the felt. Oh, here is also a great tip. Sometime one of the customers send me an email say the nip. Yeah, is went inside. So if that happen, well, actually, I cannot push in. Okay, if that happen, all you have to do is just open it, remove that color tube, and then just use a pen to push that nip to out. It's not going to completely out. It's just push a little bit forward, and then that nip will come back to the right position. And then, so that's what it look like. It's very easy. A nip. A tube, and it is a color filter stuff, and just make sure this is okay, this is a green, this is a blue, and then so that's what it look like how you open it. But when you want to refill, you don't have to worry about to remove that center refilling part. Okay, I just want to show you how easy you can open it. Okay, and you can click. You have to hear that click noise. So this one is still have a lot of ink, even though I leave overnight. It's still nothing happening. So I'm going to just use this green one, and then you can see this film is not editing. So I want to make sure that you get it, you understand. I am not like, okay, after this showing you is dry marker, and then I go to grab a new one and to show you, hey, it's refillable. That's cheat, right? Okay, so now this is a almost dry marker. Okay, before you do the refilling, this is what you're going to do. Okay, like I say, most of you, unless you make a 2000s car already, I guarantee those markers should be like brand new. Okay, how did I know? Because we use those markers for the show to do the make and take. That's why I kind of calculated how often I have to change a marker. Honestly, every probably 2-3 trying. You got to not refill the markers, and I can always refill like 2 or 3 times. Okay, first, before you want to make sure that your markers need to be refilled, right? So grab a piece of paper and do the things I'm going to show you. Okay, if you draw a line, you can draw a line. That means nothing wrong with your marker. If you don't get the ink well on your stamp, probably there's something wrong with your stamp. And in my previous tutorial, I always keep telling the people, the new rubber stamp, you got to use erasers, kind of erase the surface. It doesn't work well with a clear stamp, and also these kind of markers doesn't work well on the clear stamp. So if you want to use the marker, you can use a marker on the paper, but if you want to use the marker directly on the rubber stamp, you got to kind of erase the surface. Only the new stamp, brand new stamp. Even the old stamp, you don't have to worry about. Sometimes you kind of find out when you color your stamp, they don't really take the ink well. Just use an eraser or use your thumb and kind of rub the surface. Like before, you have to kind of condition your stamp first before you use it, right? So you just draw a line, okay, and then kind of find out if you draw a line, that's perfect. very nice juicy line, that means you don't have to refill your marker. If you refill it, it's just going to, kind of make your marker, some master is going to find out. If you don't believe in you, give it a try, you will find out. Like my mom said, if you want to do something bad, don't leave the evidence. This is definitely going to leave the evidence, because you're going to see all the ink is kind of floating from the tube. Okay, so first, just to try, draw a line. If that's a perfect solar line, you don't need a refill. Okay, if you draw a line like this, it's kind of have some kind of dry stroke. Okay, it's not completely dry, but it's showing some kind of dry stroke. That's just to waste a little bit, so that way we can compare. Okay, so that's kind of dry stroke, right? Okay, so now I'm going to, just to show you, I was remove that one to show you how, right? So you draw a line and then you find out it's very, very dry, right? When you want to refill, first of all, you have to remove the cap, okay? If you don't remove the cap and then you refill it, you're going to learn your lesson. You're going to have a very messy table covered with all the water. And then don't use your teeth, use a plier. Oops, fly away, sorry. Okay, so you are going to just use a plier, remove the back of the marker, okay, that ring part, and then it depends on how dry, okay, how dry your marker is. That's always start from like a few drips first. So this is just a water with some drop water bottle. You can do whatever you like. So you're going to just try to, put a few drip in the center of that color tube. So I put the 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then let's see what's happening here. Ha! That's it. Isn't that magical? So that's how you refill your marker. Okay, so I did it because this is considered pretty dry, right? So I kind of use a 6 or 7 drip, okay? And then there's no water dripping out, so, and then this is the perfect condition already. If you see the water dripping out, don't panic, but that's why I always tell you start with a little. If it's not enough, you add more. If you see the water dripping out, okay, I'm going to sacrifice this marker to show you when the water dripping out. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay, almost 12, 13. Wow, it's very thirsty now. Okay, so it's still not dripping out, but I can find my nip. Yeah, it's kind of watery now. Oh, you can see the color is so dark, right? Right? So that's still okay. If I continue to put more, so I was at like 14, right? 15, 16, 17, 18. Oops, see, the water starts drinking. That means it's too much. Okay, but don't worry, you're still not damaging your marker. This is what I want you to try to avoid. Okay, this is you're actually wasting the pigment inside that refill tube. So if you don't do that, your marker will last longer. If this is happen, okay, don't panic. All you have to do is let's use a napkin. I don't want to use my towel. Okay, kind of just dry the nip, and then you get your marker back. So you can actually find out the color is kind of darker. Okay, but just try to avoid that. That way, I guarantee your marker will last at least 4 or 5 years. So that's how. And then you put this one back. You have to make sure that click some. And then after you use your markers, you have to make sure. See, this is not closed. You have to put it back so they will completely seal. So this is how I refill my markers, and then you can tell I am not editing this this video, so this is no editing. That's just one marker. So before I create our own marker, Local Kings markers, I was using Marvy. Marvy is great marker. This is the only marker that I found is kind of dry. The difference between Marvy marker and the Local Kings marker is price. I remember the first time when I bought the Marvy marker is one marker. I think it's $2.99 or $2.50 is the cheapest one I can find. But those are great markers. The only difference is the price. So Local King's markers, you can totally, they are compatible with the Marvy marker. The quality and the performance is all the same. The only difference is the price. The whole box marker is only $24.99. And where can you find it? $1 each marker. Yeah, it's $1.99. Yeah, so for the Marvy marker, I know a lot of stamper, you all have a Marvy's marker. It's a great marker. I love it. I don't know how to refill those Tombow, the two-head one. So I'm going to do some research. If you have those markers and they are dry, don't put in the garbage yet. Let me do some research and see if I can refill them. But for the markers, for the Marvy, you can give it a try. That's give it a try to find out can we refill or not. And I hope the owner of the Marvy don't see this tutorial, because I don't think so. They like you to refill the marker. They want you to buy the new marker. Okay, so this one is different with Local King's markers because they don't have that hollow area. So we probably will just use the plier. Oh, it's very easy to do that. Okay, so I just easily remove that, and then you can see the marker is kind of dry, right? That's again. Oh, I can't really see what's inside. Oh, the tube is the refill part is a little bit longer. Okay, so let's see. I know some people, like my marker is 10 years old. They are still in the good shape. Let's see, start exactly the same thing I was just showing you. Okay, always start with a few drip. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 is already, they travel fast. So you can see, so let's just do 4, okay? And then kind of drying it. Haha, yeah, they will work. So if you have some Marvy markers, you can give it a try, and then that way you can bring the life back. I think this is a good tip to try to, and then you're going to make sure you click that back, and then when you want to refill your marker, you got to open, you have to keep the cap off the marker, otherwise the disaster going to happen if you don't really give it a try. So that's how you refill the marker. I hope this tutorial make it clear, and remember, dye-based marker, you can use a re-inker or just water, nothing fancy. You don't have to even use bottled water. Just tap water, they will work. Bottled water doesn't make the performance better. Just water, they will work. Don't try to use an alcohol marker on the dye-based marker. It's going to ruin your marker, guaranteed for sure. Okay, and if you want to refill your alcohol marker, you have to, figure out how, like you have to use alcohol re-inker, not the regular re-inker. Definitely not water, okay? Don't use water to re-inker your alcohol marker. It's going to ruin your marker for sure. If you don't believe me, give it a try. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stand, and I have a lot of more great tips to share with you. And remember, this is the channel that I create to show Local King's customer how to use Local King's product. You don't have to worry about trying to sell you other people's product. And I'm only using Local King's product to show you all the tutorial, because I want to show you how to use the product that you purchased. So you don't have to worry about all the promotion, those kind of stuff, try to sell you this so bad. I only use the stuff I think is good. So Marvy, good marker, definitely highly recommended. You can give it a try, and it's hard to find those markers too. One more thing. If you have purchased a new set of marker from craft store, Michael's, Joanne, okay, if you see the marker is displayed like this, never buy those markers. That's totally wrong. That means is you don't know what's the how long they have been sitting on the shelf, right? So a lot of people, they bought a brand new marker, they ask me why the marker is dry. Because all the marker is hanging like that. All the ink has been floating to the bottom for a long time. So if you see like a professional art supply store, all of their marker storage horizontal, even like a little bit, probably 10-degree angle, but most of them is horizontal because the impact, it doesn't really make a big difference because like not all the impact totally fine. But for the markers, that does make a difference. So if you see the marker is like this, don't buy it because the life of the marker is going to be so short, especially they probably sit over there over 2 years, you don't know. Always buy the marker is a horizontal. And when you storage your markers, I don't know about other people's markers. For Local King's markers, you can storage this way, that's okay. But if you can, just store it horizontal. They come with a beautiful case, so what's the point, right? Try to avoid switch display this way because all the ink is going to the back of the marker. If you want the storage, then you do this way. It's okay. All markers are awesome. You know, it won't cause you trouble. But try to storage a horizontal. That's the best way to storage your water-based, dye-based markers. And don't forget to check this month's tutorial. We are offering a great deal. Buy the large marker set, get the small set for half price plus free shipping. You save a lot of money. Okay, don't forget to check it out. And if you're new to Local King's YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe our YouTube channel. Just click that motorcycle and turn on the notification bell. And we have a lot of tutorial coming soon. And our tutorials always show you something unique, some great tips, and endless idea. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stand. Thank you for watching. See you next time.